All right, so let's break down what happened today. We watched this storm push in from the west. Yes, that's hail on the cactus cam across your entire bottom of the screen. Then it pushed out of the way, and you're going to continue to watch these clouds try to form one more good storm before nighttime cooling sets in, stable things out. And then, of course, we're watching some of that southwesterly flow pump in more humidity as the atmosphere is on the recharge. Now, we made a good 22-degree run as we saw those atmospheric conditions recharge. There's our storm dropping us another 20 degrees. Then we warmed back up with that latent heat, releasing a lot of that residual incoming radiation. And then we leveled out in those 80s as the cloud cover pushed out. Now the southwesterly flow is going to keep us warm overnight, as well as deal with maybe some light fog across the entire region. 82 in San Angelo. Everybody else joining us in a combination of those 80s, if not those upper 70s right now as we make our way into a calmer Thursday evening, Memorial Day weekend right around the corner. 77 in Robert Lee, 87 and down there in Junction. That's the 10-degree spread we're looking for as those stable conditions settle in across the entire Concho Valley. But a lot of these areas cool down pretty fast with a lot more of those strong storms pushing through, and they really hung in there really towards the end near Menard and Mason as they made their way off towards the east. Take a good look at the dry line as it starts to push back towards the west. You can see it all the way up there in Sterling City, Mertzen, and Ozona, right along the Edwards Plateau as those humidity values really increase, making their way off towards the east. Still sitting in those 70 dew points as we make our way into the evening, but I don't think we're going to see any more severe weather. It's really pushing off towards the east. Upper level pattern is pulling it pretty strong as they're going to see more rounds of severe weather all weekend. We saw a small taste of what is going to happen as they make their way in towards this long Memorial Day weekend for them, while we deal with those triple-digit temperatures, seeing that ridging push its way back in from the west. But we're getting ready for the next round of severe weather with hurricane season right around the corner. National Hurricane Center already releasing their list. Pretty long, looking pretty interesting as we're watching some of these concentrations of blues make a small finger up there towards Michigan, and then it pushes out towards the east. It's going to be a long one across the entire Gulf Coast, but we want to make sure that a lot of these situations are out of the way. Severe weather outlook still targeting parts of the eastern area of the Concho Valley, really targeting along Oklahoma and Texas, and those storms continue to push off towards the east as we made our way in towards the evening. Of course, here's where the satellite is showing you where those storms are finally fizzling out, and then you can kind of see the uniform temperatures push in as the dry line recedes off towards the southwest. But again, watching some of these clouds really make their way off towards the east as it's getting ready to cool down and stabilize out. Let's go ahead and make sure we're not looking for any more severe weather. We're going to watch some of these storms really push off towards the east. Some light cloud cover again in that Friday morning. Then things are going to push back out towards the east as we start to see some of that low pressure and not that cold front really hanging out more towards the north as we make our way into those triple-digit temperatures. It's going to warm things right back up. So tonight, dropping down about 17 more degrees into those 70s under those clear skies. Winds out of the south, pushing humidity back in, and you're going to feel it tomorrow as we make our way up to 101. Still dealing with those strong southerly winds, and that's going to keep things humid here in the Concho Valley as we make our way into a well-deserved but calm Memorial Day weekend. Let's make sure we're being safe, and also let's reload that safe place because we're not out of the woods yet. By the time we wrap up that last week of May, hurricane season right around the corner. I think it might give us one more hard time as we make our way towards the weekend. You're going to see that by Tuesday we're going to drop back down into those 90s. That's the severe weather mechanism we're looking for as we make our way through Wednesday and Thursday. We're still holding on to those 90s. Good rain chances while those lows are battling back and forth between those 70s and those 60s, and we know tornadoes love 60-degree temperatures as we make our way into another dangerous week. Let's make sure we're being safe. Stay tuned. Over the break, you're watching KSAN News at 10.